Hi, and welcome to that short introduction to the ohTomatoRecipe mod. The goal of this mod is to automate the selection of the recipe for the multi-recipes workshops. First thing you will notice with the addition of this mod is that you are now able to rename the workshops which handle several recipes, but we'll talk more about that later on. That mod uses the automation elements already present in the game to change the selected recipe of workshops. To do so, we must specify several automation elements, up to 4, to form a binary number. That binary number will designate the rank of the recipe to be selected. So, if you don't know how binary numbers work, you should probably learn a little about that before continuing this video. That said, you might be able to see how the mod works anyway, as for now, in the version 1.0 of timberborn, the workshops only have a few recipes. So it's pretty intuitive, even if you don't understand the math behind it. For the system to work, we need to provide two pieces of information. We must tell it which automation elements control which workshop, and we must let it know what bit of the binary number each automation element controls. Now, let's see how the custom name of our elements are meaningful for the mod. The mod will only consider the workshops and automation elements which name starts with boo underscore. So we will group our elements upon their names. The first thing we need is a simple short name for the group. Here we're gonna use tutorial. So I'm gonna place a multi-recipe workshop, for example the pot parts factory, and I will rename it to boo underscore tutorial. Now I'm gonna place some automation elements. I will use levers here, and I will rename the first one boo underscore tutorial underscore 0. By doing so, the mod now knows that this lever is linked to the workshop named boo underscore tutorial, and that it controls the first bit of our binary number. That is the bit which must be multiplied by 2 exponent 0 to get its decimal value. We can rename the next lever boo underscore tutorial underscore 1, and it will be the second bit of our binary number, and so on. Now, let me show you how the recipe changes when I modify the binary number attached to it by switching the levers. For now, all levers are off, so the binary number is 0, and we can see the selected recipe is none. Now, if I switch the first lever on, the binary number becomes 0, 1, and as you can see, the first recipe is now selected. If I switch to 1, 0, the second one is selected. And if I switch to 1, 1, the third one is now active. That's it for that short introduction. You can read the file named help underscore ohTomatoRecipe.txt provided with the mod for more details. Or check the next video which reveals more details about the mod. Its link is, or will be as soon as ready, in the description. Alright, see you fellow gamers.